This story sucks. It sucks because, I kind of expected it, but it just goes to show that voting is bigger than voting for president. The judges, the people in Congress, all of that impacts your day-to-day life, even if you think that these elections are just about Joe Biden and Trump. Is absolutely not just about that. The climate that started overturning all of the affirmative action policies is directly responsible for this. So, for the people that think that they're just voting for Joe Biden or Trump, this story should be for you. All of these anti DEI initiatives, all of these people that are able to take down these DEI initiatives and things that are supposed to help Black people, that is part of what we are also voting for. These anti DEI, and DEI, if you don't know what it stands for, is diversity, equity, and inclusive initiatives. And so all of these things are being overturned, and it started when the Supreme Court knocked down affirmative action. Let's talk about the Fearless Fund. I had already started talking about that last year. Appeals judges halt Atlanta DEI grant fund for Black female-led businesses. An 11th Circuit Court of Appeals panel halted an Atlanta Venture Capital Fund's small business grant program for Black women Monday, a major victory for conservative efforts to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion programs in corporate America. In a 2-1 ruling, judges said the Fearless Funds contest likely violates the Federal Civil Rights Act of 1866 that prohibits the use of race in making contracts. The 3-judge panel, consisting of 2 judges appointed by former President Donald Trump and another appointed by former President Barack Obama, also found Fearless Fund is unlikely to enjoy First Amendment protection and its program inflicts irreparable harm. Therefore, the appeals court panel reversed a September decision by the lower court and put a preliminary injunction into place. The case is one of the more prominent legal challenges on DEI programs in corporate America, and today's ruling is a setback for supporters of those initiatives. In August 2023, the American Alliance for Equal Rights, a conservative nonprofit, sued Fearless and its foundation over its Fearless Strivers Grant Contest, which awarded $20,000 small grants to Black women. The alliance was founded by Edward Bloom, an activist behind the group that successfully challenged affirmative action in colleges and universities. Bloom's organization alleged the grant program violated Section 1981 of the Reconstruction-era Civil Rights Act of 1866, which prohibits discrimination based on race when making and enforcing contracts. The alliance argued Fearless is entering into contract with the applicant, and because the grants are only for Black women, is racially discriminatory. Our nation's civil rights laws do not permit racial distinctions because some groups are overrepresented in various endeavors, while others are underrepresented, Bloom said in a statement. Programs that exclude certain individuals because of their race, such as the ones that Fearless Funds has designed and implemented, are unjust and polarizing. Significant majorities of all Americans believe that an individual's race should not be a factor in our nation's public policies. But Fearless argued it's not actually a contract, it's a charitable donation, and that the type of giving is protected under the First Amendment. Historically, Black women entrepreneurs receive a fraction of what other founders get. Between 2009 and 2017, only 0.0006% of venture capital funding went to businesses started by Black women, according to the nonprofit advocacy group Digital Undivided. Black founders, men and women, receive only about 1% of U.S. venture capital funding, according to Crunchbase. This is devastating for the Fearless Fund and Foundation and for the women in which we have invested in. That is Arian Simone, the CEO of Fearless Fund. That's what she said in a statement. The message that these judges sent today is that diversity in corporate America, education, or anywhere else should not exist. If this was truly about exercising free speech with your dollars, an American tradition as old as this nation itself, the results would have been different. Instead, these judges bought what a small group of white men were selling. But Simone added she will continue fighting We are still open for business, she said. The Fearless Fund has worked tirelessly with what resources we have to support underrepresented communities. Our grants are essential for some companies. Women of color continue to lead the entrepreneurial pack and need support. I will not give up on this fight. Alfonso David, an attorney for Fearless Fund, said the group is evaluating its next steps. The majority ruled that an 1866 law designed to provide economic freedom to newly freed slaves actually prohibits the Fearless Foundation from providing grants to Black women. We disagree, Davis said in a statement. As the dissenting judge pointed out, the discrimination in access to funding that Fearless Foundation seeks to address is longstanding and irrefutable. This is the first court decision in the 150-year plus history of the post Civil War civil rights law that has halted private charitable support for any racial or ethnic group. In September 2023, a district court judge in Georgia ruled against the alliance and allowed the grant program to continue. The group immediately appealed the 11th Circuit, paused the program while the case wound its way through court. In January this year, the Fearless Fund and the Alliance made their case to the appeals panel. The fact remains, though, that Fearless simply and flatly refuses to entertain applications from business owners who aren't Black females. If that refusal were deemed sufficiently expressive to warrant protection under the Free Speech Clause, then so would be every act of race discrimination, no matter at whom it was directed. Judge Kevin Newsom, a Trump appointee, wrote in Monday's decision, but Judge Robin Rosenberg, an Obama appointee, in her dissent compared the alliance to athletes faking injuries to sway referees. But as an American Alliance has portrayed its members' alleged injuries, it has shown nothing more than flopping on the field, she wrote. This is why voting is so important. Y'all, these conservative judges are set to roll back all of these civil rights, all of the civil rights that we have won over the years. They want to roll back things that women have won over the years. They are simply rolling back all of the gains that we have had. And while people are sitting up here acting like the vote is simply between Donald Trump and Biden, that is not true. These judges are changing things as well. If y'all want to see DEI completely expunged, like no diversity anywhere, y'all just want to see all of the money continue to go to alabaster male sapiens, then yes, just keep it all about it being Trump and Biden. Understand that DEI is only going to still be around under one party. One party wants everything to be WASP, white, Anglo-Saxon, and Protestant. That's all they want. Period. Oh, Christian and wealthy as well. Anyways, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this one. This does hurt. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share.